Candles. So this subject that we're going to talk about is about candles. Now, candles play a part in many different cultures. Everybody has used candles in their history, and they still do. For the Jews, we use candles to bring in the Shabbat, and we use candles to finish the Shabbat. We use candles to celebrate the festivals, and especially in Chanukah, which we'll talk about. And we also have a light and a candle in the temple that never went out. Because basically God is light. On the first day of creation, God brought light to the world. And I quote from our 5 books of Moses. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. And God separated between the light and the darkness. God called to the light day, and to the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning one day. So how important is it that God created light in the first day? Now, for the Jews, when they bring in the Shabbat, it's the first thing that is done is the lighting of candles. And the one who does it is the woman. The woman lights candles because she is the one who brings light to the world. And she's the one who brings light to the home. Because there is no light unless the woman can bring it. And Shabbat is all about light. And Shabbat is God's greatest gift to the Jewish people. Now, some people think that you have to attack the darkness. That the darkness represents something bad. Darkness represents the other side. And the only way to deal with it is to attack it. But in the Jewish tradition, all we have to do is light one little candle in a room full of darkness, and the darkness dissipates. It seems like so effortless, and that's all we have to do. And if you bring light to the room, you can bring light, and that light can extend and extend and extend to bring light to even more people, because there are people who are lost in the world. And sometimes if they're lost, let's say in darkness in the woods, if they see a light, they will go to it. And that light will be a warm home, and it'll be comfort, and they can find a great understanding in this place of light. So especially during the holiday of Chanukah, it's unbelievable, because in the first day you do one light candle, and then in the second day you do another candle, and the third day you're doing 3 candles, fourth day you're doing 4 candles, and you're going up and up and up until you reach the number 8. Now, in nature is represented by the number 7. That's why we have 7 days of the week, and it always keeps things in order. But when you go to the number 8, and you look at the number 8, if you turn it on its side, it represents the sign for infinity, because 8 is beyond nature. And so when we light the 8 lights of Chanukah, and this is a holiday of the Jewish people that happens in the winter, that means that we could go beyond nature. And we increase our light until the infinite amount, and it represents something very high and holy that God created even on the first day. Now, the other light that is pretty much incredible is the light that was lit in the temple, and it never went out. It was called the Ner Tamid, and it was a light that never went out as long as they existed, as the Jewish people were running the temple, and the Kohen, the priestly class, and the Levites would to make sure that the light never went out. And this represents, in a sense, the sun. It's a symbol of the sun because the sun never goes out. There were times in history that people thought, oh, the sun goes down and it turns off, and we don't see it, and now it's dark. But we know that the earth rotates, and the sun is always lit. And so the sun was created on the fourth day, and it was allowed the earth to exist, because the sun is placed at exactly the right distance from the earth to give it enough heat and enough light. That too much closer would knock us out, because it would just be too hot. Too much further would cause the earth to be an icebox, and we also couldn't exist. So the question is, who created all these big balls of fire, and how do they work so well to give us this incredible balance that we have on the earth? So they give us warmth, and they give us light, and the candles that man can light and that are used at the times of our celebrations can bring light to the world, dissipate the darkness, and allow man to feel part of that creative process. So this is Avraham Moskowitz from Tehillim Cards, wishing you the best in your search for spirituality.